Hi again, everybody. I want to talk today about what a degree is and then talk about how to change a fraction of a turn in a circle into degrees. So, the first thing is, what is a degree? Well, when people wanted to measure how wide an angle was, the logical thing for them to do was to measure it the way that we've been measuring it, and that is as part of a fraction of a circle. So, you could imagine that they would have to make smaller and smaller fractions. A half a turn is fine unless your angle is smaller than that, in which case you might want to make a smaller fraction like fourths. And then if your angle, let's say, is something like this, how are you going to make fourths? So you can make eighths. And that would solve the problem unless your angle didn't match up with either one of those and it was somewhere in between. And so they just kept on making smaller and smaller fractions. And they kept making them smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And this is becoming a big mess, but the fractions got small enough that it was decided that a degree would be measured as 1/360th of a circle. So when you talk about degrees when you're measuring an angle, what you're talking about is how many 360ths of a circle are between the two legs of the angle. So a fraction and degrees are actually the same thing. Okay, so a degree is a 360th of a circle. It's a fraction of a full turn. All right, so the next question is how do you take a fraction of a turn and turn it into degrees? We'll do that next. So let's say that we have a circle. And there's an angle with the center, the vertex in the middle. Okay, it has a 1/4 turn. Let's say it turned this way. It doesn't really matter which way it turned. But the turn was 1/4 of a circle. Well, the circle has 360ths in an entire turn, or 360 degrees in one full circle. I have an angle that's 1/4 of that, or 1/4 of a turn. So what I want to know is, what is the equivalent fraction between 1/4 and 360ths? Now, if I can fill in that missing number, then I can fill in how many degrees that turn is. And so I have to figure out a way to do this. Okay, so if you remember how you make an equivalent fraction, what I want to do is I want to say 4 times what will get me 360, and then I'm going to take that number and multiply the top by that same number. A shortcut to this, or an accurate way of doing this, is if you say 4 times something equals 360, you can turn that around and say, well, 360 divided by 4 then must equal that blank. So I'm going to take this number, the denominator of the first fraction, I'm going to divide 360 by that number. Okay? So if you remember back to the beginning of the year, I'm going to use this method. You can also use an area model, but I'm going to use partial products. So 4 into 360, I'm going to think to myself, what number can I use to multiply to get close to 360? Well, if you think about your 4 times tables, you can do 4 times 10 is 40, so 4 times 20 is 80. Keep going up. 4 times 9 is 36, which means that 4 times 90 must be 360. And if you multiply 4 times 90, you will get 360, which means that I must have multiplied 4 times 90 to get 360, which means that I need to multiply 90 on the top. 1 times 90 is 90. So 1/4 of a turn is the same as 90 360ths. We can take this one step further because each 360th is a degree, which means that 90 360ths is the same as 90 degrees. And 1/4 of a turn is a right angle that is 90 degrees. All right, let's take a different fraction. Let's say you have this fraction, and this angle right here is taking up, or it's a 1/6 of an entire circle turn. Okay, so this, you can say, this angle is 1/6 of a circle, but if I want degrees, I have to figure out how many 360ths it is. So 6 times something is going to equal 360, and I need that number, and I'm going to need to bring that over here and multiply the top. So 6 times, I can figure what that number is going to be by dividing it. I know that 6 times 6 equals 36, so 6 times 60 must equal 360. So what I had to do here is multiply 6 times 60 to get 360, which means I'm going to have to multiply by 60 on the top also. And that'll give me 60 360ths. So 1/6 of a turn is the same as 60 360ths, which is the same as 60 degrees. And this little thing up here is a symbol for degrees. All right, let's do one other one. Now let's say that this is an angle, but it's not the 1/3 that's over here. This angle is actually 2/3 of a turn. Okay, so if you have 2/3, to measure that in degrees, you need to find out how many 360ths it is. You're going to do this the same way that you did the other ones. You're going to divide. In this case, maybe you say, well, I know that 3 times 100 is 300. And then I know that 3 times 20 is 60. Which means my answer is 120, which means 3 times 120 equals 360. So I must have been multiplying, or I have to multiply 120 on the bottom. I'm going to multiply 120 on top. If you do that, what you're going to get is 240. Okay, so you multiply that numerator, the 2, you're not always going to multiply by 1. You multiply by whatever is in the numerator, which in this case is 2, times whatever number you multiplied to make your original fraction into 360ths, and you get, in this case, 240, which is the same as 240 degrees. All right, I hope that helped everybody, and I'll see you next time.